everyone, welcome back to our channel, Hume's Little Homestead. I'm Katie, my husband is Ryan, and we are growing our family and building our little homestead. Today, I'm going to start hardening off some of my plants. Wow, look at this pepper plant. I don't think I'm going to let it blossom like it is, but I just noticed it and I was like, whoa. Anyway, today I'm going to begin hardening off some of my plants. What that means is, so I've been growing all of my plants in this room in a very controlled environment where there hasn't been any sun beating down on them, any wind, nothing to really make them hardened off. And I do put little fans on them, so I have 2 fans going usually. But for the most part, it's a very controlled, nice environment for them to grow and thrive. And so they all look fabulous and beautiful because they haven't had any turmoil or any hardships. But when they go out in the garden, they have to be ready. I don't know, ready to enter the world, I guess. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to begin hardening off my plants. And how I do this is I will put them outside in the full sunlight for about an hour, and then I'll bring them back inside. I'll do this for a couple of weeks, and every day I'll do it a little longer. So today, after 1 hour, if they do fine, then tomorrow I'll up it to 2 hours. And I usually do this in the evening, but I'm not going to be home this evening, and I don't want to forget them outside when it gets really chilly still, and then they could potentially die, and we could potentially have a freeze. And anyway, these plants that I'm hardening off like to be above 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So if I leave them out over the night, they could die because it's getting down into the 30s and 40s still. So here's what I'm going to do. Harden off these little plants. These are the ones I'm going to take out today. This is a tomatillo. It grew so tall overnight. And tomatoes. And I'm going to do some of, these are my gazania flowers. And I have to show you this pepper plant. It's getting flowers. I was pinching them all off, but because of an article I read, it's hard to pinch things off. I'm going to start hardening off these eggplants. They are definitely some of the biggest plants I have in here, and I planted them first, actually. And I'm going to start hardening off these flowers and some of these herbs. I'm not going to start hardening off any of the pepper plants just yet because pepper plants need it to be even warmer than tomato plants, but I will show you them. They are looking really good. I am so happy with all the growth that we have in here. But I would like to start hardening them off so I can start planting things outside so that I can start freeing up some space. Because I have some more seeds I would like to plant. But really. And we were cleaning out the garage this past weekend, and I forgot to show you, it was kind of busy and my videos were already kind of long, but while we're cleaning out the garage, I found my dahlia roots. So dahlias you're supposed to lift, which is basically you just dig them up in the fall so that they don't get too cold in the winter, and then you're supposed to put them in like a potting soil medium mix type of thing. And I didn't really know this. I just pulled the roots out and put them in the garage in a bucket. And then I found out what I was supposed to do. And I was like, oh, well, I'll go put those roots down in some sand or whatever in a little bit. And then I never did. And then I went to look for them this spring because I was like, well, I know I had some dahlia roots. I know I didn't store them properly, but I know I had them in here and I couldn't find them anywhere because our garage was like total scary disaster. And then we're cleaning it and I found them and they were in this chalk bucket. It didn't have dirt in it at the time, but I had stored them in this bucket and I went ahead and planted them. I put some dirt in the bucket and planted them. So I am very curious to see if my dahlia roots did okay in the garage without proper care. They were out there, and anyway, so I planted them. I mean, what's the harm? They might not grow, but what if they do grow? That'd be cool. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm just going to harden these off for 1 hour this morning. part is not forgetting that I put all my plants out there for an hour, because plants aren't going to be like, hey, we're dying, please remember to take us inside. So I'm going to give myself an hour timer. And while I'm doing that, I'm actually going to water the outside garden, the asparagus, the radishes, the peas, the cold weather crops that I have going. And I saw some radish. I saw some asparagus peeking up, so I'm really excited. That's the asparagus that we actually planted. And also my blackberry bush has made its appearance, and it is about this tall, and I'm so excited. So yeah, so today I'll do them for an hour, and if they don't wilt or do anything funky, then I'll do them for 2 hours tomorrow. And hopefully in like 2 to 3 weeks I can plant these plants outside, and then I'll start the whole process all over again with the pepper plants. Really quick, we have a hen that has gone broody, and I want to keep her broody, so here's a little tip that, because when my chicks hatch, maybe I can give her some, and then it will be less work for me. So yep, she's still sitting. I just took her clutch of eggs. Unfortunately, I have to take the eggs. I don't want her hatching some out here while I have some hatching inside. Yep, just a second. And so what you do is, I'm going to use Easter eggs and put them under her, and she'll totally stay sitting on them because they're like eggs, but I won't have any developing chicks out here. Here she is. She's gone broody already this spring, but I didn't let her sit on eggs. So I'm going to give her these eggs. Oh my gosh, she's angry. She's really mad I took her eggs.
She's like, give me my eggs.
I'm going to put them under her. Oh, that one busted open. We have the cheap ones. Give her one. She fed you.
I'm not going to do it.
Don't throw them. Let's make sure they're closed all the way tight. We'll have some babies for you in about 10 days. So you sit on these. We're just going to trick you a little bit. So that's what you can do. Well, that one has a hole on it. Is that a hole?
It's supposed to be there.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Put them all under her. Give her a minute. Oh my goodness. She's so mad. She's gonna peck you. Why are you giving me these fake eggs? She totally thinks they're real though. Look at how fierce she is right now. You can already see, just being outside, they kind of get a little bit like papery, paper thin. So this is why you harden them off. You don't want this happening when you put them out in your garden. You want them to, oh, the nasturtium's doing really nice. Eggplant, see, just kind of floppy. Okay, I think she finally settled down. Oh, her feathers are still ruffled. Did we ruffle your feathers this morning, Chickie? Leave her alone. She's trying to settle into her fake eggs. Your chickies will be hatching very soon. We're going to put them under you when they hatch. I love a broody hen. They're the best. I was thinking of maybe sticking the ducklings under her, but they're already kind of big, so I don't think that they'll do well. And they get big so fast, they'll only need to be in the house for like 2 more weeks, and then I can put them out. So, got to get started on a pen for them, though. I have a plan, and I will take you along for that once we get it going. These 2 chicks out here are doing well with their mom. I'll see if I can get a quick video of them. How are your babies doing, huh? Haven't checked on you in a while. I mean, I've checked on her every day. I haven't shown a video of them in a while. They're getting big, though.
Hey, one got out. your mama.
They're feathering out nicely. And they're a little more wild and not really liking people because I let the mother raise them. But I like that because it keeps them safer from predators to have that instinct. Yep, they're under there. Can you see them?
One's under the whole thing.
They're doing really good.
See what it is.
My timer just went off. I'm in the middle of making lunch and baked potatoes for tonight. But I'm going to go get the plants right now because if I don't, I will potentially forget. So I forgot to turn the hose off outside and I just realized that. And I'm going out now and I think I'm gonna switch the hose to make sure it gets down every row. But anyway, if I don't do things right when I set my timers for, like if I'm like, oh, I'll do that in 5 minutes. It's like 4 hours later and I'm like, ah! I left the hose on. Yeah, I did. They're fine right here. So yeah, I watered it really well. I was planning on watering it for the whole hour. I just was gonna move this over a little to make sure this row got watered. So I am gonna put it down here for a minute. Everything's watered. Oh goodness. I saw more asparagus popping up today, which I was really excited about. Here's how they're looking after an hour. Not too bad. Definitely a little bit of wilt going on, but we'll take them inside and they'll be ready for sun tanning day number 2 tomorrow. So I'm gonna do it for an hour again tomorrow. They really, 1 hour is all they can handle right now with all that sun. I just turned the water off. Now I'm gonna go give those plants in there a quick drink because they are looking pretty dry from sitting out in the sun for this hour. And thanks for hanging out with me today. That does it for this video. I was so tempted. Today is my first day to feel like, oh, I wish we were just having Little Caesars for dinner. But I will show you, I got the baked potatoes all wrapped and ready to go in the oven. So staying strong with this challenge. And the oven just beeped so I can put them in. We're having pasta salad for lunch. What do you think about that?
Right.
Oh, she's eating it right out of the bowl. Bye everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our channel. See you later.